Welcome to the WCG for match 11 of the 2020 Australia Day T20 Big Bash, which sees the two-time champions HOWZAT taking on the men in orange Smack My Pitch Up to finish us off in Group C. This is the only group left in the competition where all three teams are a chance of going through to the knockout stages or even still a chance of missing out. As we have a look at the Group C standings, it is HOWZAT on top of the poll after their victory against Wet Up, with Wet Up in second position after they beat the men in orange in match 7, and with their superior net run rates, it appears only a bonus point win or a massive win for the men in orange will see them leapfrog either of these two sides to a quarter-final position. So as we take a look at two key men for today's matchup, Scott coming off a brilliant match against the defending champions, where he hit 42 of 20 deliveries, lifting his side to a first up win, and he'll be looked upon for the runs again. Smack My Pitch Up skipper Daniel Blake had a decent first hit out against the defending champions in their opening match of the tournament. Can he inspire his side to the result they need? HOWZAT have won the toss and they will bat first. So it will be the skipper Brendan Scott who will get this innings underway for his side, coming off a brilliant innings against Wet Up in their opening match, and will be looking to replicate that effort. So we're all ready to go in the final fixture of Group C. Victory a must for the men in orange. It'll be Jake Kasacha bowling around the wicket to Brendan Scott. As in now, and this one's a back of a length delivery, bang on the money, and Scott defends. Keeper Kasacha has overstepped the mark first delivery, so HOWZAT are away for the innings. Kasacha to continue to Scott in the opening over. As in now, and this one's another back of a length delivery, and Scott's reaction suggests that this is done a bit off the deck. Here it's a ball that seems to pitch outside leg stump and misses off. So a good start with the ball here for Kasacha, as he'll continue again to Scott. This one's a fuller delivery and it's driven into the bin. It's a thick inside edge and Scott is moving through for a single. Here there's a big appeal here from the men in orange. The umpire has said not out. Now has this bounced? It's a thick inside edge. Oh, that's a tough one. Perhaps a let off there for Scott. So drama to end a fantastic opening over there for Kasacha, as it'll be the skipper Daniel Blake to bowl the second over of the innings. He too is around the wicket and starts bang on the money, and Scott can only defend. So it's been a brilliant start with the ball here for the men in orange. Here is Blake will continue again now to Scott. This one's a shorter delivery, it's hit towards Kasacha, who can't replicate his heroics from match 7, as this one flies past him for the opening boundary of the contest. HOWZAT no wicket for 6 in the second over, as Blake will continue to his opposition skipper. It's a full delivery driven down the ground, but it's brilliantly stopped there by Blake with his boot, who prevents a certain boundary. So a fantastic start to match 11 for the men in orange, as Blake will continue to Scott, and this one slides down the leg side, and this one will be called a wide. So this slow start won't trouble Scott, who knows if he can see out the first 2 overs, he'll nullify one of the bonus point options for the men in orange, thereby shore up their qualifying chances. As Blake is in for the final ball of the over, and it's a horrendous delivery, which is called a wide. So HOWZAT's first objective reached. The men in charcoal no wicket for 8 after 2 overs, so they will have to start going here pretty soon if they're going to get a decent total on the board. But with their superior net run rate, even a bonus point win now for the men in orange looks like it'll only knock out Wet Up. So it's going to be Peter Fowler to bowl the third over of the innings. Here he's in now to Scott. This one's a good length delivery and it's hit uppishly, but it beats Kasacha there at cover, and he begins the over with a maximum. Scott moves along to 11. HOWZAT no wicket for 14. Fowler to continue to Scott in the third over. As in now, this one's a full delivery which slides down the leg side, so that'll be called a wide. So Scott begins this third over with a maximum, as he did in their opening match, and it seems like this is a time he likes to put the foot down. As Fowler will continue around the wicket to Scott. As in now, this one's a short wide delivery and it's punished through the offside by Scott. That is a gift there from Fowler. HOWZAT move along to no wicket for 19 in the third. Fowler this time to go over the wicket to Scott. As in now, and this one's a full toss, but it slides down the leg side, and that'll be another extra to the total. So as each ball goes by, HOWZAT's position in the next round looking more assured, as Fowler will continue to Scott for the final ball of the over. And this one's a short delivery and it's hammered through the onside this time for another boundary. 16 off the over. No wicket for 24. So it'll be Jake Kasacha to bowl the final over of the innings. as he'll bowl around the wicket now to Scott. As he's in there, this one's a short delivery. Scott gives himself some room and hammers this through the offside for another boundary. That's a brilliant start to the final over. No wicket for 28. Smack my pitch-up's chances are growing thinner by the delivery. Here is Kasachi, will bowl around the wicket now to Scott. He gives himself some room and hammers this on the offside. And this one flies past the skipper for a maximum. Scott moves to 29. How's that? No wicket for 34. Kasachi to continue to Scott in the final over. As he's in now, he drops short and he's hammered into the party stand for another maximum. Scott says thank you very much as his side passes the 40 mark for the second successive match. So Kasachi in for the final ball of the innings. As in now, Scott backs away and it's another short ball and he hammers it on the onside to finish with a boundary. No wicket for 44, how's that? And it's a mountain to climb for the men in orange. So Scott carries his bat for the second time in the tournament as HOWZAT finished no wicket for 44 for the second time in as many matches. So barring an absolute miracle, it appears only Wet Up can miss out with an orange victory. A bonus point victory looks unlikely for the men in orange. However, if they can chase this down inside 16 deliveries, they'll sneak through at the expense of the defending champions. So as predicted, it will be their most aggressive player, Jake Kasachi, who will get this run chase underway. If they can chase this down inside 10 deliveries, they'll top the group. But if they manage to do it inside 16 deliveries, they'll sneak through in second. So 45 to get for the men in orange. It'll be Costa Savas to bowl the first over to Jake Kasachi. In there and he begins with a wild delivery, and that'll be a wide to start with. So Scott opting to go with the youngster first up once again. He'll likely bowl the second over and look to nullify the bonus point for the men in orange. Here is Savas, will continue to Kasachi over the wicket. Is in there, this one's a full delivery and it's hit straight at Scott, but it's hit his body and gone over the fence. So that'll be a maximum. So a good start to the innings from Kasachi. No wicket for 7. Savas will continue to Kasachi in the opening over. Here is his in now, this one's a full toss and Kasachi gets his away through mid-wicket for another boundary. So is there a twist to come here in Group C? Kasachi races to 10. Savas under pressure in the opening over as he'll continue again to Kasachi, and this one's a fuller delivery and it's a swing and a miss from the Italian stallion. So a vital dot there for HOWZAT. Also a vital dot there for Wet Up, last year's champions, who will be cheering on the men in charcoal. As Savas is in for the final ball of the over. This one's a full delivery and it's hit down the ground. And Kasachi finishes the opening over with a boundary. No wicket for 15 after 1. Is it game on? So it will be Scott to bowl the second over of the innings. And he's in now around the wicket to Kasachi and it's a back of a leg delivery. And Kasachi's hammered it, but he's hammered it over the house. So that's the first wicket down for the men in orange. Kasachi has to go for 14. 1 for 15. So it'll be the skipper, Daniel Blake, who will make his way to the crease for the men in orange. The bonus point now looks out of the question, but his side have 10 deliveries to chase a 30 required to pit Wet Up to second spot. So it will be skipper to skipper, as Scott will bowl to Blake for his first delivery. As he's in now, this one's a full delivery, and it strikes Blake on the body, and he'll move through for a leg bye. So 29 required off 9 if they're going to sneak through in second spot here, the men in orange. The defending champions watching nervously in the stands. As Scott will continue to Blake in the second over. It's a good length delivery and it's a swing and a miss there from the Smack My Pitch Up skipper. So it's a priceless dot. Time running out for the men in orange. 29 now off 8 deliveries if they're to sneak through. As Scott will continue to Blake in the second over, and this one's a short delivery and Blake can only help it over the fence. So that's the second wicket down for the men in orange. Their hopes look dashed as the skipper goes without scoring. So it's Peter Fowler, the final hope for the men in orange, who makes his way to the crease, the last man in. His side need 29 of 7 deliveries if they're going to sneak through to the quarterfinals. So we know now that HOWZAT are through and they will top this group. And barring a miracle here, Wet Up will join them. So it'll be Scott into Fowler for his first delivery, and that one strikes him on the body to end the over with a dot. So a brilliant over there from the HOWZAT skipper, who picked up 2 wickets and has pegged the men in orange back. Smack My Pitch Up 2 for 16 after 2 overs. They need 29 of 6 deliveries if they're going to sneak through in second spot. So this will be the deciding over here for Group C. So it'll be Todd Lavin to bowl the third over of the innings. As he's in now, round the wicket to Fowler. He begins with a full pitch delivery and it's been hammered down the ground to the boundary. And it has been given a no ball, so that is 5 to the total. 24 needed off 5. So an encouraging start to the over there for Fowler. As Lavin will continue to him now once again. It's a short delivery. It's hit back down the ground, but it's hit straight to Todd Lavin as it rebounds off him and is fielded by Scott. And that was a massive chance missed. 24 of 4 deliveries now. As Lavin will bowl again now to Fowler. It's a brilliant shot on the offside as it runs away to the boundary. Fowler now moves to 8. Barring a miracle, their tournament appears over. Lavin to continue to Fowler in the 3rd over. As in now, this one's another back of a lane delivery and it's hit down the ground. And it's another boundary for Fowler. Fowler moves along to 12. The men in orange 2 for 29 in the 3rd. So Lavin in around the wicket for the final ball of his over. As in now, this one's a full toss and it's hammered down the ground for a maximum. So they're actually still alive here if they get a bit of help in this final over. 2 for 35 with 1 to go. So they'll need a boundary off a no ball or a wide here, as it'll be Scott to bowl the first ball of the final over. Here is his in now, and it's a full delivery and it strikes Fowler on the pads. So it's a priceless dot and their tournament ends. So even if they end up winning this match, their net run rate will ultimately be their demise. As Scott is in again to Fowler and he hammers this one, but he's hammered it over the fence. So the match is over. It's been a tense end to Group C, thanks to a valiant effort from the men in orange. So HOWZAT finished with a 100% record in Group C, and they will top the group after a tense 9-run victory against the men in orange. The defending champions breathe a sigh of relief, as a valiant effort from Smack My Pitch Up wasn't enough to get him home in this one. So as we take a look at the final Group C standings, it is HOWZAT with a 100% record who top Group C. It's the defending champions who finish in 2nd position and will now await the winner of the Group of Death in quarterfinal 4. And Smack My Pitch Up, who finished bottom of the group but gave a fantastic account of themselves against some very stiff opposition, will exit the tournament at the group stage, but not before leaving us with some memorable moments. So as we look forward to the next match of the tournament, it's the final match of the group stage. It's a top of the table playoff to finish with in the Group of Death, as the 2017 champions Nice Gary take on Henry Perinara's tournament debutants the Nif Nuffs for top honours.